Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today at WIC UNGA. I'm super excited to be sharing with you about the Build for 2030 initiative. I'm bringing up my screen at the moment, and I'm really excited to be sharing with you about the initiative and specifically the Build for 2030 hackathon that's ongoing, and be a part of this Ask Me Anything session. So I'm going to start today first with this picture. If anyone recognizes it, feel free to put some questions and thoughts in the chat about what this might be. This is a picture, an example of a living root bridge. It's a complex network of roots that are trained to form bridges made from living trees, and it's commonly found in the northeast of India. The native people would plant these strangler fig trees on one side of the stream bank and then train it over time to the other side and for the roots to grow across the water. And this happens over the course of 2 lifetimes. And over that time, a super strong, resilient structure forms, one that can withstand the very heavy monsoons in that area, and then could also last for 500 years. I wanted to share this first because, learning about these living root bridges had transformed my perspective on the work that we're doing here. And I find it inspiring in countless of ways and wanted to share that. I also find that in doing work to bring social impact and business impact together, it's very much like building bridges. And the people who built these bridges hundreds of years ago did so knowing that they will only see the true value for the future generations to come. They were true innovators of their time. And, that's the kind of impact that I think all of us here in the room want to create. And while I think all of us want that, creating a better world for future generations, the good news is that the data is showing that, doing good is also doing good business, right? Business and solution strategies that are focused on impact, inclusion, sustainability is unlocking new value and growth for us all. And I know that different regions, different cultures may experience this differently, but I think over the course of the past 18 months, many of us would agree that with the pandemic's impact, we felt the acceleration of the awareness of the need to solve for the challenges of today, and that more governments, businesses, and business leaders are feeling the pressures too to address those challenges. Some data here, right? The data has shown that companies grow 3 times faster when they focus on purpose compared to their competitors, and they do so while achieving higher customer satisfaction and also workforce retention and 30% higher levels of innovation. There is a growing awareness of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and many global companies around the world are now investing in DEI through their hiring, procurement, and their supply chain strategies. And over 4,000 investment institutions are now signed up behind the United Nations Principles for Responsible Investment, and there are 89 trillion in assets under management. And those are driving boardroom decisions today on company, industry, and product strategies. So I'm super excited here today to be sharing about an opportunity for us to do good and do good business, and for us all to capture the differentiation that offers. And that's really why we started the Microsoft #Build for 2030 initiative. And what it is, Microsoft has been a supporter of the UN Sustainable Development Goals since 2015. And we wanted to take the opportunity to work together with the Microsoft partner ecosystem to be building and recognizing and driving more transformational solutions into market together. We started off with a campaign featuring solutions on our marketplace, featuring many solutions from the Women in Cloud Accelerator cohorts, driving change in the world today, recognizing women in cloud as well. And the 5 themes we've been focusing on are gender equality, sustainability, accessibility, enabling the nonprofit sector, and empowering communities through supporting the public sector, public-private partnerships, and institutions. And what's most exciting is the ongoing hackathon that I think everyone here in the room is joining us for today. That's live and launched is our inaugural Build for 2030 hackathon, an opportunity for Microsoft partners and for individuals of all roles, right? Technical and non-technical roles to come together to be building for impact. So we're here to talk about the hackathon, but why hack? Maybe this is your first hackathon. Maybe you've always thought that the hackathons are in the realm of developers and software engineers, and you're not one, you're a business leader. Let me share with you a story that we were very inspired by. The picture you see here is the Microsoft Xbox Adaptive Controller. It was one of the most recognized innovations and was Time's innovations for the year in 2018. And the Xbox Adaptive Controller actually started out of multiple Microsoft internal hackathon projects. And it was an employee who read about and was inspired to reach out to a nonprofit who was providing gaming devices to wounded veterans. And through that work, started a hack project at the annual internal Microsoft Hackathon. And other teams took that work, grew it, built on it, and it finally, got integrated into the product strategy and made it to market. And look at the impact that it's now created for users all around the world. And so we're inviting all Microsoft partners to be a part of the ongoing Build for 2030 hackathon. There are some amazing prizes to be won, 50,000 total in cash, and then also we have GTM and technical benefits for everyone to enjoy. We will be diving deeper into the requirements later, so I'm not going to steal Chaitra and Olivia's thunder here. We hope that participants will really make the most of this hack experience by being inspired by the 5 themes and the challenge statements that we've laid out for this hackathon. And beyond the solution building and the project that you'll be working on, we've really built this as a learning journey and a community building experience for everyone. So through this experience, you're going to be able to attend more events like this one on all areas of social impact that's connected to technology. So for instance, we have workshops on responsible AI, workshops on coding with accessibility, learning about inclusive design, learning about the Microsoft Sustainability Calculator that could truly supplement what you learn here today in this workshop with the UN SDGs. It's also a community building journey. If you're here today, maybe you're attending a Women in Cloud event for the first time. Maybe you're a multi-year resident of Women in Cloud and supporter. There are also other community partners as part of this hackathon experience, like the International Association of Microsoft Channel Partners, Ashoka Changemaker companies. They focus on helping businesses transform with social impact, the Black Channel Partner Alliance, and the WITCH Network that you can also get to know and support. As you're building your teams, what I wanted to share here before we get into the workshop is to really think through the makeup of your team so that you're building a diverse team from the outset, which would really just strengthen the output of what you produce from this hackathon. So consider, how you're integrating diverse perspectives and diversity in all forms, right? Work styles, backgrounds, especially if you're looking to build a solution that serves a diverse or underrepresented group. It is really important to be thinking about how you're integrating that into your build process. And the other thing is that we've also integrated some best practices from other hackathons and challenges so that people from both technical and non-technical backgrounds have an opportunity to participate. All of this is included in the hackathon community space that we'll walk you through in a second so that you can access the participant guide. And then as you build your solution, today we're going to really dig into the UN SDG framework It's an awesome place to start. And then as you do that, though, if you're new to the UN SDGs, also consider other angles to help you draw inspiration, right? So you can think about your industry, what are some of the known challenges your employees or your customers have already shared. Look at your product today and think about how you can expand access of that product, ensuring that people with disabilities could use it, for instance. And you can also just use this as a way to up-level your connection to philanthropy or CSR if your company is already working with some nonprofits, and do something very close and similar to what I shared earlier with the Xbox adaptive controller example. Reach out to a nonprofit and see how you can work together to make an impact. I'm going to leave everyone with this quote as we go into the thick of the workshop and the design thinking and the research. I have a favorite quote from Melinda Gates from her recent book that has been with me over the past couple of years. The quote is, we have to keep working on innovation in products, in science and technology, but we have to work with the same passion in innovation and delivery systems as well. Both are indispensable. And so while we're all here, many of us are in technology, we run and lead technology companies, focus equally on how the technology that you're building is reaching your end users or your intended community beneficiaries. The delivery systems are ripe for innovation, and so much more can be done if we think about that delivery process as well. So I hope you're inspired, excited, and ready to ask some bold questions and lead the way in building for impact for 2030. Thank you, everyone. And now I'd love to hand it over to Chaitra.